Palestine, a land steeped in history, a crossroads of civilizations. Empires have risen and fallen on its soil, leaving behind a rich tapestry of cultures and faiths. This is a story of resilience of a people deeply rooted in their land. From the ancient Canaanites to the British Mandate, Palestine has been a coveted prize. Jerusalem, its spiritual heart, holds profound significance for Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. Understanding the Palestinian story requires delving into its layers of history. It means confronting the injustices they have faced, from dispossession to occupation. Above all, it means recognizing their unwavering spirit and enduring hope for a just and lasting peace. Long before Islam or Christianity, the land of Palestine was home to the Canaanites. These ancient people, skilled in agriculture and trade, established thriving cities and a vibrant culture. The Canaanite legacy lived on in the names of cities like Jerusalem, originally known as Jerusalem. Under King David, the Israelites established their kingdom in the region, with Jerusalem as its capital. The city witnessed the construction of the First Temple, a central place of worship for the Israelites. The Roman period saw the emergence of Christianity, adding another layer to Palestine's religious landscape. It was in Bethlehem, just south of Jerusalem, that Jesus of Nazareth was said to have been born. The story of Palestine in ancient times is one of cultural exchange, conquest, and evolving religious beliefs. The echoes of these ancient civilizations resonate through the ages, reminding us of the deep historical roots that bind people to this land. For centuries, Palestine was part of the vast Ottoman Empire. From the 16th century onwards, Ottoman rule brought a period of relative stability and prosperity to the region. Palestine, then part of a larger province known as Bilad al-Sham, was a mosaic of diverse communities. Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side, each group maintaining its own religious and cultural practices. Arabic became the lingua franca, further solidifying a shared cultural identity. Jerusalem, revered by all three Abrahamic faiths, continued to be a major pilgrimage site. The Ottomans, known for their religious tolerance, maintained the status quo at the holy sites, ensuring access for worshippers from different backgrounds. Life in Ottoman Palestine was not without its challenges, but the overarching theme of this era was one of coexistence. This period stands in stark contrast to the conflicts that would engulf the region in the 20th century. Section 4, Seeds of Discord, British Ambitions, and the Balfour Declaration. The turn of the 20th century brought about a seismic shift in Palestine's destiny. The Ottoman Empire crumbled in the wake of World War I, and Palestine came under British control. In 1917, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration, supporting the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This declaration, made without consulting the indigenous Palestinian population, planted the seeds of discord that would ultimately lead to dispossession and conflict. Britain, seeking to garner Jewish support for the war effort, saw strategic advantages in establishing a Jewish presence in Palestine. However, the declaration disregarded the rights and aspirations of the Palestinian Arabs, who constituted the overwhelming majority of the population. This fateful document set in motion a chain of events that would forever alter the course of Palestinian history. It paved the way for increased Jewish immigration, fueled tensions between the Arab and Jewish communities, and ultimately culminated in the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. Section 5, Dispossession and Exodus, the Nakba unfolds. The Balfour Declaration opened the floodgates to Jewish immigration to Palestine. Encouraged by the British Mandate authorities, the Jewish population swelled, leading to growing tensions with the indigenous Palestinian Arabs. Land purchases and the establishment of Jewish settlements further exacerbated the situation, displacing Palestinian farmers and disrupting their way of life. In 1947, the United Nations voted to partition Palestine into two states, one Jewish and one Arab, with Jerusalem under international control. In May 1948, David Ben-Gurion declared the establishment of the State of Israel. During the Nakba, over 700,000 Palestinians were expelled from their homes or fled in terror as Jewish forces advanced. Entire villages were depopulated, their inhabitants scattered across the region and beyond. The Nakba marked a turning point in Palestinian history, creating a refugee crisis that continues to this day. Section 6, Shifting Sands, the 1967 War and its Aftermath. The 1967 Six-Day War marked another turning point in the Arab-Israeli conflict, with profound consequences for the Palestinian people. In a lightning offensive, Israel defeated the combined forces of Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, capturing the Sinai Peninsula, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, and East Jerusalem. For Palestinians, the war resulted in a new wave of displacement. Hundreds of thousands fled their homes in the West Bank and Gaza Strip, seeking refuge in neighboring Jordan and other Arab countries. The war also led to Israel's occupation of the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. Restrictions on movement, land confiscations, and the expansion of Jewish settlements became defining features of daily life. The international community, while largely condemning the occupation, failed to take concrete steps to enforce a withdrawal. The 1967 war and its aftermath had a devastating impact on the Palestinian people, deepening their sense of dispossession and further complicating the search for a just and lasting solution to the conflict. Section 7. A legacy of resistance. The Palestinian spirit endures. Despite decades of displacement, occupation, and dispossession, the Palestinian spirit has not been broken. From the early days of resistance against British rule to the ongoing struggle for self-determination, Palestinians have demonstrated remarkable resilience and a steadfast commitment to their rights. The Palestinian struggle has taken many forms, from armed resistance to civil disobedience, from cultural expression to international diplomacy. From the First Intifada, a mass uprising against Israeli occupation in the late 1980s, to the boycott, divestment, and sanctions (BDS) movement, Palestinians have sought to raise awareness about their plight and exert pressure on Israel to end its occupation. Despite facing overwhelming military might and often brutal repression, Palestinians have refused to be silenced. Their struggle has resonated with people around the world, inspiring solidarity movements and prompting calls for justice and an end to the occupation. The Palestinian story is not just one of suffering and dispossession. It is also a testament to the indomitable spirit of a people determined to reclaim their narrative and fight for their rightful place in the world.